With just 2 months before we moved back to the UK, we just wanted to update you on where things were with us, because things are starting to get very real.
Yeah, we've been really busy the past couple of months. It's now currently our spring break, so we thought we were going to get a lot of things done this week because we had like 10 days off. But circumstances changed on us, and so stay tuned because we're going to explain why we're so knackered right now, really.
So,
I am Susie.
hi, I'm Paul, and welcome to Here and There with Him and Her.
If you're new to our channel, we have been living in the US after moving from the UK back in 2010. And it was about 2 years ago that we made the decision to get our lives and sort ourselves out and move back to the UK.
Yes. We've been making some videos now where we talk about the main reasons for moving back, along with our must-to-do lists, as well as some cultural observations we've made along the way. Please take a look in the link we have posted.
Wherever it will be.
Wherever it is, somewhere on here.
So as Paul said in the intro, it's now under 2 months really.
Yeah.
Until we are going to be moving back to the UK, and we have been quite busy. So we're going to share with you now what we've been up to.
Yep. So the first main thing that we've had to change since we last did one of these was we've had to move things around related to our cat transport. Since our initial booking of the flights, we've had to change things because of, well, you explain.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've had to change quite a few things.
Yeah.
So, firstly, with the cat transport. So, when we had contacted the company, so we mentioned that we're using a company called Starwood Pet Travel, I think it's called. Starwood is the main heading.
Yeah.
And they're very good.
It's a door-to-door service, isn't it?
Yeah, just a quick little blurb about them again is that whenever you contact them, they will actually give you sort of 3 quotations. So there's 3 levels of service: your basic level, like a medium level, and then the full Monty, which is what we've done for our Monty.
Yeah.
We've gone the whole hog, and that means that, as Paul said, they're going to come and pick him up. They're going to take care of the final sort of vet checks, because it has to be a specific USDA approved vet. Then they are going to obviously put him on his flight. Then at the other side, they will take him through customs, and then they will actually deliver him to us back in our Airbnb.
Yeah.
The problem that we faced was that we are based in North Carolina and planning to go in June, and the original airline was American Airlines that he was going to travel on. They have put in place a restriction. So if the temperatures are above 80 degrees, they will not fly live animals. So that means, and June here,
it's always going to be over 80.
Yeah. So having a discussion with because they give you like a personal advisor person, don't they? Starwood. Having a chat with her made us realize that we're better off shipping him from Atlanta instead.
Yeah.
So it's just it's not added a great deal. It just means that instead of him being picked up and being driven to Charlotte to prepare for his flight, he's going to go down to Atlanta.
And he's going to fly with British Airways now, not American Airlines.
Yes. Yeah. So to accommodate that, the fact that he's now going to get picked up, and what they do in Atlanta is they have, it's actually worked out nicely, because Atlanta, there is a hub for Starwood, and they have their own dedicated pet center and everything. So it just means that we had to then push our flights by a day.
Back a day. Yeah.
So we were going on a Monday. We're now going on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it works out well with other things that we'd originally had booked those dates for. Now we get extra time to allow that thing to happen, isn't it? So,
and we had an option as well. They said that we didn't have to choose British Airways. We could have had him on a Lufthansa flight, but that would have meant that he would have had a layover
in Frankfurt,
and we didn't really want that. So we have actually paid. I mean, the thing is that we say we paid a little bit more to have him on BA because that was a direct flight to Heathrow. But actually, because we started this whole process with 2 cats, and unfortunately we lost our Samson, didn't we, there in August. it means that really the money that we kind of recouped from him not having to travel is just kind of gone back into
Yeah, so we've spent roughly the same
so
amount of money
the
on
budget
there.
kind of stayed the same there. But we've got peace of mind knowing that Monty is coming just later on. So we'll hopefully be at our Airbnb, and then he'll come a couple of hours later, won't he?
The other thing we've changed, of course, is when we get there, we've managed to extend the amount of time that we're in the Airbnb we've booked into. We originally booked for 2 months because we thought we could only get to 2 months, but it turns out with the way that the bookings work on Airbnb, we couldn't look that far ahead. So now we've booked 3 months, which we hope will give us ample time to find somewhere to be able to
Find a rental.
Find a rental.
Yeah, we originally wanted 3 months, but because we started this process so far in advance, and we didn't even know, like it's not even advertised on Airbnb. We only found out through our host because we contacted our host as well, to find out if we could send some boxes. Well, if he was okay if we had some boxes delivered, because obviously with our cat coming, we needed to have like a litter tray and food and things ready for him.
Yeah.
And it was only through that sort of interaction that he said, actually, no, it's Airbnb. They don't release dates like past a year or something. And because we were booking so far in advance,
Yeah.
maybe not even a year, but because that's what it was, we actually thought that after our initial 2-month booking, other people had already booked that Airbnb.
But it wasn't. It was just the way that they structure their bookings. So the biggest thing since we last spoke about this was that our house is now on the market. We met with our realtor, a person we've used a few times over the time we've lived in the US, back in January to come up with a plan how to sell the house. Initially, the plan was to wait until after Easter to put it on the market, because we didn't want a quick sale, because we'd end up having to find somewhere to live here before we fly home.
And of course, that was what we originally alluded to. We thought if it's after Easter, we'll have our spring break to get the house all prepared. And then a couple of things happened. I think everybody's aware of what's currently happening with a certain president.
A bit of upheaval in the
economic world.
So we brought the date forward, didn't we?
Well, it's kind of what happened was we didn't realize this, but a house that is very similar to ours in our neighborhood has been up for sale since I think December or January, and we hadn't really been paying that much attention to it.
Not really, no. It's just curiosity as the price that it was going to go for.
Yeah, and like it was a comp. Obviously, that's what our realtor said. It's one of our comps, and it kind of has been stagnating a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, and the price they put it on for, which we thought was a bit high to begin with, they've been dropping on a regular basis.
And that kind of spooked us a bit, didn't it?
It did. So we got in touch with our realtor and she brought everything forward. So in the weeks leading up to spring break, we were having a mad panic clearing out. And you may notice behind us the former wall of Post-it notes and shelves, which were stacked with all our stuff, have taken a good clearing. And that's basically it for the rest of the house as well, because we had to clear. We had several dump runs, and the garage is bursting at the seams with stuff. We had a stager come in, which was a new thing for us. We didn't recognise our house when she'd finished.
Yeah. So it's all been a bit of a whirlwind. We had been slowly chipping away. Like, don't get us wrong, we had already had a big cull of clothes and of other belongings.
Yeah, a lot of stuff to Goodwill.
We were tackling rooms that we weren't necessarily worried about using day to day. So we had done quite a bit. We'd already gone through the kitchen once, hadn't we?
A friend of ours took some of our furniture, so part of the house was looking a bit bare anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we've been chiseling away at it, haven't we?
But because this all came, like as Paul said, all been brought forward, we even had to take some time off work, didn't we? We took some of our PTO days.
Yeah. I mean, we had to use them up anyway, but using up for something constructive.
So as Paul said, we had a stager come in to help us with the photos. Really, that's the primary goal, was to get the photos taken. And she was very sweet, very lovely lady. It's just in the initial, well, she came to us on like a couple of days before the photos, and she was chatting to us, and we were moving things, and everything was fine. But then she came like a couple of hours before the photos, and then she was just randomly putting things in places that we were like, I don't know where that's going. And
it's like, let's say it's been an added adventure finding things after the photo shoot, because we don't know which cupboards she put things in. And
so it's been an adventure. So yes, that has been a bit of a mad panic, and so
we have to say the photographs
are good, and the one we feel sorry for the most is Monty, our cat, because it's been a massive. He's very shy.
He's not a people person, is he?
And so he doesn't like change, as cats don't like change anyway. So it's been a bit of an upheaval for him, hasn't it? As much as anything.
Yeah. We have to say, if anyone comes for a viewing, don't worry about the lump in the bed. If it starts moving, it's just a cat.
So anyway, if you are in the similar situation, if you have tried to do this or are coming to do this, this has been the thing that we have been sort of dreading the most, I think, out of all of the plans to move.
Because
it's trying to get the house sold.
The biggest one, and it's the most important one as well.
So if you have any tips to help us out, we will. This is kind of new territory for us, because the previous houses that we have sold here in the US have gone in a week. Like, boom. On the market on the Monday, open house, boom, done, sold. So we're now in this uncharted territory. Everybody is with the tariff economy, world and all of that, but having to try and sell our house in this as well, and it not going within a week, it's kind of, I am not very patient, let's put it that way. So I am feeling unsettled on a daily basis. So if you have any tips on how to ride this out and help me not focus on the negatives and doom scroll.
Obviously giving up on me, asking for my help at that point, haven't you?
Yeah. Just we'd appreciate it. So in the comments, help me stay sane, please.
One thing that we were worried about was selling your furniture,
right?
Because we thought we'd have to put it up on a marketplace thing, or have a big garage sale.
It's not so much that; it was the fact that we still need some of that furniture.
We didn't want to be sat here on a couple of orange crates, did we?
Yeah.
while we were waiting to get our flights. But it turns out it's not a problem really, because both the stager and our agent know people that take furniture.
Yeah.
And it quite surprised us that we'd actually get something in return from them.
Yeah, we hadn't budgeted or banked on getting anything. Some things we have given away. We had a treadmill that was the bane of my existence,
gathering dust,
because I thought it was going to be the trickiest one, because it was upstairs, and we are of an age now where we couldn't bring that downstairs, could we?
We could bring it down, but we'd probably end up breaking the stairs and putting a hole in the wall in the way, and with lots of swearing and shouting, and it just wouldn't be right.
So luckily somebody from our workplace and it has taken that, and it's going to be used because they are athletic. So that was a plus. But yes, we will eventually though have a yard sale. We were planning on having one the first week of April. I do that because that was in the past. We're past that point.
Not in the future, it's in the past.
But
it's not for there then.
But because the house and everything, the sale had to be brought up, we had to scrap that. So we're going to have that in the future. Now that you've pointed it out, in the future,
not in the past.
So we'll keep you updated about that. But it's been nice because the extra funds we're going to hopefully
put into this
YouTube business that we're trying to build.
Well, it looks like we've done our usual. What we'd planned as a short video has turned into a long video. We're going to have to do it in 2 halves. Honestly, we don't plan to do this. We just, once we start talking.
Yes. So we did a trial run, you may have noticed, for a longer video format, and it didn't go down too well. So we are going back to chopping things that are too long into 2 parts. So
Yeah.
bear with us. We'll have part 2 coming up next week.
Yeah.
So for now, we will say goodbye. Please, again, make sure that you put anything in the comments that you are interested in hearing from us, or if you have any questions about what we have been talking about, or again, would like to add some more tips and information if you've already been through this. All of it will be helpful.
Please, yeah, that'd be anything would be greatly received, wouldn't it? Anything that can make our move smooth.
Right, as I said, keep me sane. So click that subscribe button so you don't miss the second part, and also the emails, the videos. See, you can tell I'm knackered. The videos we talked about are how we are going to talk through our finances and the money matters and things.
The next ones after our next section about this.
Okay, so cheers for now.
Take care. Bye for now.